versus Wolfe.
Koenig versus Wolfe. I'm Doug Wolfe with General Manager Clay Koenig, and we had a wild weekend here in the United States, over in Pennsylvania.
Yeah, we had somebody try to take out one of our former presidents, 20 years old.
The guy is 2 years out of high school.
At 20 years old, what are you thinking about? I don't understand that you would be that angry at the age of 20.
I think he's a nut.
Yeah, I do too. Well, he has to be. If you're going to take a shot at the president, you are a nut.
As you were saying before the show, he was not on social media. He didn't have a manifesto, what some of these other idiots have.
Right.
And he gets a gun, goes up on the roof of a building, shoots Trump. We're lucky they killed him there because he apparently had bomb material in his car to blow that up. I don't know where that was parked. It may have been parked in the parking lots outside of that rally. That could have been a problem.
You've been through different assassination attempts and assassinations.
Well, I'm old.
Well, you're not old. We call that experience.
Experience. Thank you.
So,
yeah, I mean, since I've been alive, President Kennedy's been assassinated. Martin Luther King Jr., a civil rights leader, was killed. Bobby Kennedy was basically, he had just won California and New Jersey that night, and he was at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles, and he was on his way to Chicago next for the convention, and he got assassinated at the hotel there, the Ambassador Hotel. 1972, George Wallace was a Democratic candidate for president. He got shot and paralyzed in a strip mall in Maryland where he was speaking. You had President Reagan.
I remember this one.
He was going to be here a week later. He was supposed to speak before the Illinois legislature. And he obviously got shot outside of a hotel where he had just given a speech in Washington, D.C. by Hinckley. Who else do I miss? Oh, Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford, he had like 2 or 3 attempts on him. They all missed, but they were actually firing guns at him. So he was very fortunate as well.
What do you think happens now? There's an assassination attempt. Does that change everything with this election, you think?
I don't know. You've got 4 months to go before the election. It just depends on how the American public responds.
The RNC starts today, right?
The Republican National Convention, yes, all this week.
And that's in Milwaukee.
Yep.
And then you've got the Democratic National Convention.
Follows in a couple weeks.
And that's in Chicago.
In Chicago. And the purpose of Chicago is it goes into the Wisconsin media market. Wisconsin's a pivotal state in this election. So obviously the Republicans are in Milwaukee. Democrats didn't want to put it in the same state, so they basically put it in Chicago, which is Milwaukee light. They'll just feed the TV feeds right into Milwaukee, and, you know, it helps in southern Wisconsin.
Okay, when we come back, I want to talk about the perimeter around President Trump a little bit, who is responsible, and a little bit after that, okay? We'll be right back. You're watching Koenig versus Wolfe, and this week we're talking about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump.
Donald Trump. Now, you wanted to talk about the perimeter around that rally.
Yes. Okay, so we have inside 150 yards all the way around the horn. He's supposed to be covered. Anything outside of that 150 yards, that's where the building was, where that young man was on top.
That was 148 yards.
148 yards. There's video I saw this morning, people putting on Snapchat or what have you. They're filming this guy shifting his body.
Well, he was kind of crawling along the roof.
Yes.
And they were yelling to the police.
Right.
Now, the Secret Service so far is pointing the finger at local authorities. The Secret Service saying, we had everything inside that perimeter. Outside the perimeter, that was up to local authorities. I don't know. We're going to have to wait. There's going to have to be a full investigation. Sure. There really is. In fact, President Biden on Sunday night was saying he wants an independent investigation into exactly what happened. How they'll set that up, I don't know. Don't give it to Congress.
Yeah. It would be hard, I think, to have all that defensive mind about where people are, especially when you're on someone else's home turf. They know exactly where the crooks and crannies are, where to hide, whatever. I mean, I don't think any candidate is safe when they're out there in the public.
So here's my opinion. In these outdoor rallies, they can't cover everything, I don't think, from outside. I saw a retired Secret Service agent, a female, on Saturday, and she was saying she did these things. They hated the outdoor rallies because they could not cover everything. So her thing was, and I agree with her, do them indoors. Everybody gets checked as they come in. They go through the mags. They go through, searches of bags and everything like that. Make them very, very thorough and indoors. That's it.
Now, after you're president, I believe you have Secret Service all the way throughout your life. They don't want the president getting captured. They still have secrets of the country and stuff like that. I absolutely believe they should be protected. I guess only one president said he did not want protection afterwards, and that was Nixon, because he was trying to save the government some money. I was looking at some research here about different presidents using their Secret Service. But I guess there's usually 4 to a detail on these former presidents. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So I just thought it was very interesting in covering, because they have to cover these people, because they know everything.
But Trump is not considered that, because he's a presidential candidate. He's the presumptive nominee. So he has the full-scale protection. They had snipers on the roof. That's what took that guy out, were Secret Service snipers. But it was too late, because this idiot's already fired. It wasn't too late, because they stopped him from doing more damage.
Would you say they neutralized him?
They neutralized him was the Secret Service word.
Well, I talk about local, regional, national. It's violence all over the place. And it just seems like there's no end to it.
Is it any worse now than it was 40, 50 years ago?
Well, it's galvanized now, because you have all eyes in the sky knowing exactly what's going on right now.
It brings it into your living room.
Yes, where you're not reading in a newspaper 2 days after the event, where there's really nobody's getting mad and rabble-rousers and stuff like that. I mean, when it's happening live in front of you, you saw the people in the background. There were people getting very angry, just what had happened right there in front of them.
Right.
And you had innocent people dying, for crying out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, it's terrible what's going on in this country.
Sure. Well, my question to you is it any worse now than it was 50 years ago? I don't think it is. I think when you're in the moment, it seems worse than ever. But man, we went through the Vietnam War demonstrations. We went through race riots in the 60s and 70s. You have little periods where everything seems to be calm. But I don't know. In my lifetime, we've been through so many of these ups and downs with violence and all that. Now, you correctly said social media is a big problem.
Oh my gosh.
I think it is. You've got every idiot in the world on social media.
The people who started it, you got to just get smacked. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's caused. I mean, look, it's great. I can put my flowers out there and blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to this picking and fighting, and it starts this and all the troubles that come with it, I mean,
that genie's not going back in the bottle.
Ever, never.
Nope.
It's just going to get worse.
And there are things coming that we don't even think about.
I will tell you this, and keep this in your mind. If you want to be a chiropractor, go for it. All these kids looking at these videos with their necks straight down. I'm not kidding you. I have never seen so many kids with flat necks looking straight down on their phone. If you don't think there's not going to be neck issues, become a chiropractor. You're going to make $1 zillion guaranteed.
I don't disagree.
It's ridiculous.
I use an iPad every single day, and I hold it right here.
Then hold it up here for crying, or get one of those stands or something. Or why are you messing around with the neck? I mean, Jiminy Christmas.
I don't think about it.
I know.
Until my neck is going to not crick right.
Well, Doug, look, very serious topic.
I mean, it's a very serious topic. Violence is not the answer. The ballot box is. You don't like somebody, go vote against them, or go vote for your favorite person. Vote for somebody.
That's right. Yeah, just vote.
Just vote,
for crying out loud.
Which is another issue, because people should be just pouring to the polls this year. Pouring to the polls.
Agreed, 100%.
I'm great. You're great.
Thank you very much. Yeah. I love using your experience. You've been through it.
I have. I joked earlier that I was in Ford's Theater that night when Lincoln got it.
Hey, stick around.
Yeah.
Stick around.
All right.
Thank you.